Guys, Navi Mac Life, I'm Mac. Welcome to the 6,000 mile review video on my Honda Navi right here. If you're familiar with my channel, you know in the past I've done a 5,000 mile review where I reported 0 problems with the Honda Navi. Even though the bike is carbureted and made a little bit on the cheaper end by Honda, as it is their entry-level bike, I still had 0 issues. But now that I've approached 6,000 miles, 1,000 miles more, have I had any issues with it? Stay tuned. I'm about to review this bike. This is a 2022 Honda Navi. I've had the bike for over a year now, and as I reported in the past, I had 0 problems. But now approaching 6,000 miles, what issues did I run into? Well, guys, I've done all the maintenance on it myself. I've done the oil changes. I've even put in the gear oil. I've also added mods to the bike, such as a Vance Hines exhaust, man-in-the-box air intake, and then I've also added a Msrp kit, the Msrp clutch kit. I've done a lot of cosmetic upgrades to the bike too, which obviously I'm not really going to talk about, since that really has nothing to do with the actual performance of the bike. What I can tell you is I'm at 6,014 miles, and at 6,014 miles I've had 0 issues with the Honda Navi. You can rest assured you are buying a good product. Even though it is their entry-level mini moto, you might have doubts, is this thing really worth it? Is it worth my money? I know Honda did a lot of cost cutting on this as far as the brakes go, that it's not fuel injected, went with plastic body panels. As opposed to other mini moto models in their lineup, you get a little bit better quality as far as the body goes, paint work, things like that. So guys, I'll show you right here the actual odometer. I'm at a total of 6,014 miles, 0 issues. Love this bike, love everything about the Navi. So guys, at 6,000 miles, I've noticed 0 issues with the bike. I changed the belt at 5,000 miles, and I actually didn't even need to change the belt. It was still in great condition. I just did it to prevent any issues in the future. So my brother's bike over here, this green Honda Navi, had 0 issues with his bike. So we both ride them almost daily, do our regular oil changes. We also warm the bikes up during the winter, keep them stored away in a garage. I have a trickle charger I keep both batteries on. And as soon as winter ended and we could ride again, the bike started right up. Yes, the Honda Navi is carbureted, so depending on where you live, you know, carburetors can act up. We've really noticed no issues with our carburetor. You're gonna have issues with it starting. It's usually not gonna start up on the first try. There are instances where it will. You know, you will have to play with the choke a little bit. We both love our Honda Navis. Obviously, I love my Honda Navi. That's why I do a channel on it. You know, it's a fun bike to just ride and cruise around. There's also other great bikes out there, you know, for the mini moto line. The Honda Grom, the Honda Monkey, the Trail 125. Those are all great bikes. Each bike is a little bit different, and the Honda Navi out of that lineup is their automatic version. So it's just twist and go, almost like a scooter. You could say the Honda Navi is a scooter in disguise almost. I do recommend the Honda Navi. I do think the Honda Navi is at a great price point. MSRP is $1,807, although you probably are not going to walk out the door at a Honda dealership for that. Usually you're going to see the price range anywhere from $2,200 and at the high end $2,900. I would not pay any more than $2,900. I enjoy it just because it's a fun bike. You know, you can get your big bikes, you can get your Rebel 1100, you can get your Honda Gullwing, you can ride anything you like, but to me, this bike I have a lot of fun with. That's why I'm involved with a mini moto group, and we go on group rides. A lot of those guys have big bikes too, but they'll all tell you the same. They have a lot more fun on their mini moto. Things I've added to the bike is the Vance & Hines exhaust. I've had zero issues with the new and updated exhaust as they've come out with a newer one. The man-in-the-box air intake, I have had zero issues with that. Every upgrade I've added to this thing, I've had zero issues with. So you can rest assured that if you are buying upgraded modifications for your Honda Navi, that you are all good. The only tips I could give if you are going to buy a Honda Navi is basically check your tire pressure before every ride. You might want to even replace the stock tires as which both of these bikes we have. We upgraded to a wider tire, a lot better quality of a tire, because the stock Honda Navi tires aren't that great. You might want to also check things as just tightening up any type of screw or bolt that's on the Navi. You might want to just tighten it up because the shocks, front shocks on the Navi are not so great. The rear shock is not the best either. I also upgraded the rear shock. So with all that, if you have the stock shocks on there, you're going to get a lot of vibration on the bike to where a lot of the screws, the nuts, the bolts might come loose. Not to where they're falling out, but just where you might want to just tighten it up, give it a quick check. Just a good thing to do to stay safe on the road. I mean, you are on a mini moto, you might want to stay safe. But I can't think of any negative things about the Honda Navi. I've had no issues with it. It's always started up for me. It's always ran correctly. What's fun about the Honda Navi is it's so customizable. Seems like every week companies are coming out with more and more products for the Honda Navi. You can add a rear rack, you can add a windshield, exhaust, you've got Vance & Hines, you've got Yoshimura, you've got Hot Laps, and then you've got also some other customized exhausts out there you can probably get on Amazon or whatever. There's a few different air intakes out there you can look into. Malosi makes a lot of things for the Navi. Day by day, people are coming out with more and more parts for the Honda Navi. So guys, if you're in the market for a Honda Navi, I highly suggest it. I say go for it. It's a great bike. It's fun. It's reliable. I've taken this on 2-hour road trips and then 2 hours back. No issues. Another great thing is it's so good on gas. It has the electric start. It also has a kick start, which Honda did not have to do for the price point they were offering us at. It's kind of nice that they also offered the kickstart. You also have other cool things, such as you have a petcock here. So if you do run out of fuel, you can just simply turn this and you'll roughly get, what I've heard, 14 more miles to get you safely to a gas station. So you also have the storage box, and the storage box is nice because it locks, it's insulated, plenty big, so you can hold groceries, you can hold tools, you can hold anything you'd like. My brother likes to store his blow-up doll in here. Sorry, Ryan, I'll cut that part out. Guys, like I said, if you're in the market for the Navi, get it. It's a great bike. It's fun. If you're debating it between a Honda Gram or a Honda Navi, they're both fun bikes. It's personal preference. That's what it comes down to. But you also got to keep in mind the Gram is fuel injected and the Gram has a clutch, where this has neither. It can be a fun bike. It can be a starter bike. It can be your everyday bike. And for me, it's an everyday bike and it's a fun bike. I love it. Anytime I can, I get on this thing. I actually look forward to riding it every single day. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this 6,000 mile Honda Navi review. The video might have been a little bit boring because there's really nothing to talk about. because there's no problems. It's Honda. You're gonna have zero problems with a Honda. It's just as simple as that. Whether you're on a Grom, a Navi, a Trail 125, you're really not gonna have too many issues. You know, yes, every once in a while there are recalls, but they're nothing too major. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a quick video. It's just a 6,000 mile review video. Like I said, guys, that's gonna end the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys ride safe. Take care of yourselves. Peace.